into this special Thanksgiving episode of WideSide Sports where I ask Seth what he likes for Thanksgiving and then I shit all over it and tell him why he's wrong.
It's more easier for me to say what I don't like than what I like.
What don't you like?
Not a big cranberry fan.
Well, nobody is.
Okay.
I don't even think like a gimp.
Not a ham fan. Okay, I'm glad I interrupted.
Yeah, that was going. We're 30 seconds in, and that was going to go really sideways. It's a pretty good thing you stopped that.
Not a big ham fan. And I'm not really. And if it's a turkey, the deep fried turkey is probably where it's at. That shit's delicious.
I've never had deep fried turkey.
I've only had it once because the other couple times the people have almost set themselves on fire making it. So
well, that's because they're stupid.
Yeah, very stupid.
Learn how to use a fryer.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And the funny thing is, it happens to them every single year.
Yeah, like, they don't correct themselves.
Hey,
put less oil in it.
That turkey is pretty big, and you got that 3/4 of the way full. Like that. Yeah. It's not gonna go.
Not good.
Well, I did it in my garage because that's smart too.
Yeah, exactly. Now, other things I don't like. It's not that I don't like pie. I just don't have the time for it.
That's an odd statement to make.
I don't really want.
Is it too much work for you?
Kind of in a way. I'm not a big dessert person either way. So my desserts are more, can I grab it with my hand and just eat it as I'm talking? So like I don't have to have a plate.
Cookie guy,
cookie, brownie. Yeah, that's more my speed. I hate pie. I mean, I'll eat a piece or so, but I'm not going after the pie.
Like pie-wise, like I'm okay with pumpkin pie, but it's more about like the amount of Cool Whip that goes on it.
I'm not a Cool Whip guy. So.
I knew you were going to do that. That's why I didn't do it, because I knew you'd do it.
One of my favorite holiday Thanksgiving pie is sweet potato pie.
Really?
And sweet potato casserole, like those two things are some of my favorites.
Now, I know I'm fucking weird,
and
you'll know this. Like I like the candy jams or what? Okay, they're sweet potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't like it.
Okay.
Like I just like a sweet potato.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way because you witnessed this and you always thought it was weird. Like I'm with that the way I am with avocados. Like I don't like guacamole. You can stick it in your ass.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Like
you'll eat the avocado.
I will just eat the avocado.
I know, which is odd. When you would bring just avocados, lunch, I'm like, ew.
They're good.
I see an avocado to me is like eating like a soft piece of chalk.
Yeah, just a little salt and pepper, and it tastes nothing like chalk. Yeah, and I don't know why you knew what chalk tasted like.
You never lost a bet?
Did they even have chalk?
Yeah, they had chalk
when you were in school.
Yeah,
we didn't
have whiteboards till I was in high school, man.
Oh, no, that's nice.
Yeah,
I think in my I had one classroom that had a whiteboard, and it was a science class.
Yeah. No, but the sweet potatoes, I like sweet potatoes. I like the sweet potato casserole where basically it's just brown sugar and marshmallows and all that goodness.
That is fucking garbage.
To me, that's my dessert.
That's dessert.
That's my dessert. That's like, what I would eat.
For me, it's like a sweet potato, cut that bitch open, put a little butter on it, a little salt, little pepper. Because I'm not...
Are you a sweet potato fry fan?
No.
See, I like my fries a little. Yeah, that's my problem too because it doesn't taste good with ketchup.
You're not putting in. Yeah, you're not
barbecue
doing
sauce
ketchup.
Isn't bad with it.
But it's one of those ones of like because they tried to. Yeah, obviously when I was at the other course and we had that restaurant fucking fiasco. They tried bringing in sweet potato fries and then like it's always some sweet dipping sauce.
I don't need caramel.
Well, it's already sweet.
Yeah.
Like the potato, it's called a sweet potato. Well, let's put some fucking icing on it. What? But yeah, I'm totally just a. I'll tell you one thing I will do too, and I don't know. Is like I don't put A1 sauce on a steak.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I will put like if I have a sweet potato with a little butter, I will drizzle like a little A1 on the sweet potato. Okay. It's a nice little, it kind of ties it in with the
balances the sweet with the salty.
Yeah.
No, that's not weird. That weird. I mean, it's. Yeah. I've never done it, but I don't eat like sweet potatoes or baked potatoes like that either.
Yeah.
I'm not a baked potato fan.
I'm a big baked potato dude.
Yeah. I'm not.
Like, the one thing that I have a problem with on the sweet potato thing is they're always 85 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Why is it so big?
Of like, like, because I'll buy some of those, and I'll even do that. The sweet potatoes, like, I'm sure it's super healthy because the way you cook it. The ones that are wrapped at like Walmart, where it's just in this plastic that you just throw it in the microwave and it steams itself. It's like, sure, you're not consuming anything outside of that plastic. I mean, that's probably good for you. But like, it's like, I'm gonna grab a couple sweet potatoes. And it's like, why are they the fucking size of my head? And they sell potatoes that way too. But these are all like the palm of my hand, and the sweet potatoes the size of my cock.
Yeah.
Just fucking
heavy,
big, round, and orange. But I never understood why are they so fucking big.
Yeah, they're all, and you can't find like the smallest ones. Like just still pretty big.
And I don't know the terminology. Well, those are number 10s, and those are okay. Go fuck yourself. I don't have time for that.
Yeah,
easy, Gordon.
Yeah. Other things that I don't really care for.
I'll tell you one thing I like, because we're a big pumpkin.
What are you going to say, pumpkin?
We're a big pumpkin roll family.
Yes, those are good.
Like, well, that's one of those that, like, my brother every week, when we obviously watch football together, there's pumpkin roll there every week.
Yeah.
I mean, we're that kind of family.
I have a nice.
And then people that, if you ever go somewhere or something where they have a pumpkin roll and they slice it, and it's like 1/4 inch slices, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, we're a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch family, maybe an inch if I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Or just leave that knife there. We'll cut it ourselves.
Yeah. Just give me the gut.
I'll cut a 1/4 inch off and leave it, and then I'll take the log. Take that whole log right to the mouth.
So I don't know if you know this, but Luke used to live with us when we were in high school and stuff, and because he was dating my sister, and my mom's husband at the time was just raving about this pumpkin roll. Like, I bought this, but he goes, I'm saving it. He goes, this is awesome.
Oh no.
Well, we had left for like a Christmas or something, and Luke was at the house, but he had work or something, was there by himself, and he ate the whole fucking pumpkin roll. I hope he listens to this episode, because he's going to be losing it. We get back home.
Occasion.
Yes, we get back home, and he's going, what the fuck? Who the fuck ate my pumpkin roll? I was saving this for tonight when we got home. And like the whole thing, he's like, you ate the whole goddamn thing. You didn't even save me a piece. Like, I just thought it was in here,
That's such a fucking bold move.
It's so funny.
First of all, to crack open something that looks, like it's a dessert for something.
Yeah.
To eat the whole thing.
Ate the whole goddamn thing. He's also the guy when he
What'd you have for dinner tonight? That. I didn't have anything else.
He would, when he worked at Sam's, he would buy a whole cheesecake, and that's what we would have for dinner when he'd come home. Yeah, that's one of my. Anytime anybody brings up a pumpkin roll,
he's
I only
also
think
somebody that doesn't look like us.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that about?
Exactly. But
I would never do that.
No, because I know that everybody would look at me first.
Yeah.
No, but anytime I think anybody says anything about pumpkin roll, I only think of that story. God, it was so funny. Oh, so funny. But pumpkin rolls are good.
I want to be in his head, and you can ask, and I'm sure if he listens to this, he will contact you. At what point did he realize he fucked up?
Yeah. No,
how far into it was it like, fuck?
Well, no, because we always messed. We would always find extra ways to piss him off, because he would overreact about everything.
Isn't that funny?
And so I'm sure he was like, I am sure in his heart of hearts, he knew this is Ron's. And then he just kept eating it.
But isn't that funny of like, you guys would always find ways to fuck with him? I've never even met Luke.
No. And fuck with my mom's husband.
Oh, I thought you meant him. I was like, I've never even met him.
No, not Luke.
And I try to find ways to fuck with him.
No, not Luke. My mom's husband. Always, because he overreacts to everything. Everything is like the biggest deal. And
so that'd be the one who was like, well, I didn't think you'd want any of it after my dick touched it. That's like the Family Guy.
Yeah.
Why does this peanut butter taste weird? My penis was in it. Or no, it's jelly. Why is it jelly? My penis was in it. Sorry.
Oh, man. But yeah, the pumpkin roll, that's my favorite story with that. Are you a stuffing fan?
No.
I am. It's my favorite Thanksgiving food.
I'll be real honest. I don't know that I've ever had it.
Oh, really?
I know it was
now,
never.
I'm not the stuffing fan. Like I don't eat it.
In the actual,
I don't eat that.
Yeah,
because that's just out of the turkey's ass.
I think because obviously it was always at my grandma's house. Mm-hmm. I think she made it, but it was never like, I felt like it was more of an afterthought of like, hey, here's some okay.
That's, no,
like,
I get it.
It was never
and it's
like there's people that make some stuffing.
Yeah, my grandma gets like the. My grandma doesn't use like the croutons. Like she cuts her own bread up, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I will. I mean, it's what else?
Yeah,
why couldn't it be good?
Exactly.
I mean, it's just it's always been. I don't know what is that stovetop stuffing or whatever.
Yeah.
It probably was just that, and just like half-assed.
Yeah,
I don't. Not that my grandma was half-assed, but she had other shit going on.
Yeah, like the stuffing's the afterthought.
Yeah, like her like the stuffing was like she made biscuits from scratch, and she made like it was all like the other stuff was.
Do you have
and candied yam? Because my father and my grandfather,
just
candied potatoes was their thing because they're not fucking yams.
Yeah,
we don't live in Africa for one. That's where I believe where yams are.
I think so.
I don't know that. I just pluck that because it sounds proper.
I think you're correct. It's not
like I don't think yams are here.
I don't think they are either.
I could be wrong.
Not a lot of yam farms that I know of.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was out there in the muck planting some yams. The fuck out of here, sweet potatoes.
Do you have something at your Thanksgivings that just strictly yours? Like you don't know if anybody else really has like that?
No. Well,
it's to you, it's Thanksgiving
to our
food.
Family.
Yeah, to you, it's that Thanksgiving food, but not.
Well, see, because this year I'm going to my sister's because we're not doing it. It's the first one. Like our family's kind of splitting.
Okay.
Like obviously my brother's got his wife's side of the family. They're going and doing things. I'm going to my sister's.
Yeah.
And, split up. So we're doing. I think Michelle told me. I don't think I've ever said her name on here before, but that's her name. I think she ordered from like that city barbecue or whatever, like the smoked turkey.
Yeah.
Now the one thing to me that makes it is just because of where it's coming from. Like their baked beans that has like the brisket in it.
Yeah, it's fucking delicious.
Like I don't need anything. Like I just serve me a plate of that. Like get an extra pan of that because that's just mine. But that's I don't know because like the turkey to me is okay.
Yeah,
but like I'm. Like
the mashed, long as I can dunk it in gravy, I'll eat it.
That's kind of it. Like it's mashed potatoes with some gravy, stab of turkey.
Yep.
Mix it all in there. But deviled eggs.
Okay.
Because I'm a deviled egg guy.
We have a lot of deviled eggs, and they get pretty eaten pretty fast.
Yeah. Now I was talking to some people that were somewhere of like the deep fried deviled eggs. Like that's a thing now. They say they're awesome.
Have you ever had a Scottish egg?
I don't know what I've heard that, but I don't know what it is.
So basically, it's a hard-boiled egg
and a kilt.
Yeah, a hard-boiled egg, and it's wrapped in sausage, and then they fry it. They deep fry it, and it is absolutely killer. Gotcha. It is fantastic.
Well,
now we don't have those, but I've had them before.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
But yeah, I'm a big deviled egg
aficionado
fan.
I can remember now. It could have been because we were kind of poor growing up. On the one side of the family, we had spaghetti at Thanksgiving quite often as like a second. You know what I mean? Like we had the turkey, but there was also spaghetti there. And then the one year we went on a big 2 or 3 year run where instead of a turkey, we made homemade fried chicken.
That's good,
and it was fantastic.
Like I'm okay. I'm a glutton most days, but it's okay to do that on Thanksgiving. Like hey, you want to go outside the box? I'm good with that because the turkey's
Last year,
Last
year, my grandpa went, I'm tired of Thanksgiving food. Let's have tacos. So we had tacos.
That's awesome.
Thanksgiving. It was awesome.
We did. We used to do one time with my mother. Now, this would have been more of a Christmas thing, like an in-between holiday of like, we made homemade pizzas and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's pretty awesome.
That is great.
But yeah, the, say, deviled eggs is a good one. There's usually ham too. I don't know what she did if she got a ham turkey. I assume they have some combo thing that you just buy from City Barbecue or whatever. But I'm okay with ham too. I like I treat the ham the same way I treat the turkey.
It's got to have something dipped it in. Pasta salad is always like a weird one that not a lot of people have, but it always seems to make its way into a holiday meal.
Like that'd be my grandma's thing too. Like she'd have pasta salad that she made. Mm-hmm. Like didn't buy it, she made it. And that's like the special extra touch of a pasta salad with some chopped up hard boiled eggs in there. Like that's
good shit. It's good shit.
That's it.
Yeah, those would probably be the pasta salad would be the one that we have typically every year. That I don't know if a lot of people consider that a Thanksgiving food, but
yeah, I mean, like because the other things of like the stuffing, I've just never had a really good stuffing, and I don't even know that I've tried it.
Yeah,
to be because it just didn't look great.
It doesn't. It looks
and
just
then the people that do it, the other of like, hey, that that was on the inside.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't need that, and I'm not one where they do the gizzards and stuff. It's not me. I'm not a gizzards fella.
I'll eat the shit out of gizzards, man.
That's because it's a weird thing.
Yeah, and livers.
Like a gizzard is weird.
Yeah, the Lees here in town.
I understand.
Yeah, their gizzards and livers. Fuck, they're good. A little hot sauce. Oh God,
that was
good shit. God, it's good shit.
That was a place where I lived at another golf course. Well, the Steer Barn. You ever been over there?
Yep, it's delicious.
That's like their appetizer thing. They have like a liver gizzard mixture thing.
Yeah, I had that a couple years ago. It was good.
It was a funny thing. I lived over there for like 3 or 4 years. The first night I was there, I went there and never went back. I mean, I've been there probably a dozen times, but when I actually lived there, I was there one time.
Yeah. We went there for one of our anniversaries, first year, second year, something like that.
Yeah, it's a nice place. It's really good. I mean,
prime rib, fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm a big prime rib fan.
It's so dark in there, though.
It is.
It's like, can we turn some light? Like, I'm getting a little older. My eyes aren't fucking as great as they used to. Can we turn some fucking lights on?
This is a 4-course meal place. I'm tired now. Can we please can we get some bright lights in here to keep me awake?
Well, that was a funny thing. We went in there because we were leasing a golf course at the time, and the people we were leasing the golf course off of, their daughter was our waitress.
Oh, good stuff.
But I'm trying to think of any other things of like baked beans, obviously a must if it's got the, does some people call them like cowboy baked beans or whatever where they throw some meat? I don't know if that's a different thing or not.
So a cowboy bean to me has like 3 meats in it. Just like a normal baked bean, you either do bacon or brisket.
Yeah.
That's how I've always had it. Cowboy bean has like the jalapeno,
okay. See, I don't need all that
sausage,
shit.
Yeah. I like, I'm a bean fan, so I like any kind.
Because I'm, and I'm a basic ass gravy person.
Are you a white or a brown gravy?
To me, white, I don't know why.
Breakfast?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but white would be more of a chicken.
Yeah, no, I see it.
But, that was another thing my grandma did is she made her own gravy with after you cook the chicken, you do some sort of powdered thing that gets thrown in there and all of a sudden it's,
It's just flour and milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a little roux out of it and a little flour and milk.
Roux.
Yeah.
But I'm just like a basic ass brown gravy guy on Thanksgiving for the mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Let's see.
I find it weird. Not that anybody at like Thanksgiving does it, but in like restaurants, I'm not a fan of the loaded mashed potato. I find like where it's got basically everything in a loaded baked potato, but it's in like it's
like chives and everything.
Yeah, and like mashed potatoes are pretty good just with some salt and pepper. I don't know if I need the cheese, chives, sour cream.
But I'll do it.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean.
If it's more of a potato bar, if you will.
I got you.
Like I'll put the amount of cheese I win. I like chives.
Yeah.
I'll put those in there too, but I don't want you making that decision for the whole batch of
how much I need.
That might be a bit much.
Chives
go a long way.
Calls for a half cup. That's too much.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of chives.
That is a lot. But like to me, perfect. Now, if I was just having like a mashed potato, no gravy, no nothing, it would be more of a redskin mash.
Oh yeah,
with like a little garlic.
Mm-hmm. Good shit.
That's little buttery garlic. Redskin mash.
Mm-hmm. Keep the skin on it?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I did. Like, if I make it at home, that's what I do.
Nice.
I haven't done that in years.
So you don't cook?
But the bad thing is I can actually cook.
No, I'm sure you can.
I mean, I'm fucking phenomenal at everything.
Yeah. That would make sense.
But when I was because actually I did that a lot on one of those, like those fucking companies where they send you all the food.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One of those. And it's not one of those like boil and bag companies, but it's just like, we just send you the groceries and you have to make this.
It,
and it's kind of nice. They have these cards.
Yeah.
You go through it and they send you little books, and now you have a cookbook once you're done. But like, I enjoyed the shit out of that, but it's so hard. Obviously, I live by myself.
Yeah.
Of like,
they send you a meal for 4.
Well, they send you a meal for 2.
Okay.
Of like, hey, this is really expensive. So it's like trying to make it and then portion it off into 2 days of like, hey, like this is like $35 for like 2 meals, but it's 4 meals. It's like, okay, well, can't be doing this.
I see what you mean.
I don't know. Trying to think. Turkey, ham, baked beans are the winner for me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if it's just fucking Bush's baked beans, if you cut some hot dogs up in it, I'm all about it, man.
Dude, I love.
You cut some hot dogs up, throw some Bush's baked beans in there, and just put it in the fucking microwave. Yeah. All good.
So that's a funny thing you say that. Remember the one morning, a mutual friend of ours came to work, and he was just eating things out of the can of ravioli can.
Oh, yeah.
I love the SpaghettiOs and hot dogs. That was like one of my favorite things.
Do you cook it, or do you just eat it out of the can?
Oh, either or.
See to me.
Either or. But my wife just finds that absolutely just disgusting. So I bought a can for my child, and he loved it too. So I thought it was a pretty nice little bond we had. We each had a can.
Well, SpaghettiOs is ketchup based.
Yeah.
In a hot dog. I mean, even you shouldn't have shouldn't have ketchup on a hot dog.
Are you agreeing with me on this?
I don't like SpaghettiOs.
Oh, okay.
It's they're too tomato-y, and I'm not a big tomato guy. Yeah. But like the ravioli thing out of a can, what the fuck, man? I mean, that's like psychopath.
I do it.
And he does it all the time.
I know, I do it. It's not. I wasn't as shocked as a lot of people.
Are you also eating a bag of Funyuns? Or not Funyuns, but pork rinds?
No.
Like pork rinds and ravioli out of a can.
At 6 a.m.
Fucking weirdo.
God, a pork rind's an underrated chip. Is that a chip? We don't consider that a chip?
No.
It's its own section?
It's not a chip. It's not made out of potato. It's made out of...
So is a Dorito not a chip?
Pig. I don't know.
Because it's not a potato. It's corn.
Tortilla.
Yeah. So is that...
It's not called a chip. It's actually called a
tortilla chip.
Yeah.
Okay. But a chip to me is just like a chip off the old block. Like it's just a piece of something.
So it's a piece of someone?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you say.
You had human chips?
Yeah. I like to...
fry your skin?
Yeah. No, I would say a chip is some sort of flour-based thing.
Okay.
And flour meaning meal, as in corn or...
I knew what you meant. Not like a dandelion.
Or potato, I guess. I don't know. But a pork rind is just fat, so...
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
Crackling.
I tried a chicken one of those one time. It was pretty good. Like they just fried the skin. They pulled the skin off like a chicken breast, dried it out and then fried it. Pretty good.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, it's like pork rind, but I never had it was like the first time I had like a chicken pork rind. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that. I'll tell you what, for one, and they were probably terrible for you, but for one short time, they had microwavable pork rinds. I don't know how they did it, but it came in like a microwave popcorn pouch.
Yeah.
But they were almost like, you could feel them. They're like little pellets. And you'd microwave it and they'd pop.
Oh, that's weird. Like freeze-dried
pork rinds.
Like freeze-dried fat or something?
Yeah. I don't know how, they didn't sell them for this like year and a half there or the shit. And then they like probably some sort of cancer going on. But it was like, oh, you mean I can just buy a case of these?
Mm-hmm.
That's the other one. Pork, they're so fucking cheap.
Yeah, I know they
and
are.
Obviously where we live, you readily access them.
God, the hot ones are the best.
But I tell you what, they're not the easiest to find in stores.
No, they're not. You had to get like a gas station or something.
Yeah, you gotta go a looking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think dessert wise as far as what I think it's just it's more of a pie based thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, pumpkin roll is it.
I would say a pumpkin roll, pumpkin cookie, and then your pies are probably the bases of that.
This pumpkin pie I can now like some of like the Bob Evans ones where it's like a cheesecake pumpkin pie where it's like layered.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now I'm in for that. And then if you buy the whipped cream in a can, they always got to ask you what you're doing for it. Hey, what do you need this for? For pumpkin pie, because it's fucking Thanksgiving, jackass. And I might huff some in the parking lot. Yeah. You're fucking 87 years old. What, are you going to stop me from doing it? I'll break your hip, man.
It is weird they ask you that.
They do.
I know they do.
It's like, the fuck is it to you?
Yeah.
Was he not going to sell it to me?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to huff it in the parking lot. Okay, well, that'll be $2.89.
Yeah.
Or $4, whatever it costs now. I don't know what things cost all the time.
Yeah. If I need it, I buy it. I don't really look at the price all that much.
Sometimes I do. Well, like I'm certain now, because obviously things have changed. Hey, this used to be $5. Oh my God, it's $12 now.
Yeah.
Like if you just run through Taco Bell real quick, they're like, it'll be $15. I'm like, what the fuck?
My Taco Bell bill is always high because I always got the steak version of everything. So I was never the inflation of prices of that. Mine kind of always stayed the same because I don't like their beef. I think it tastes funky.
Ever since that horse meat thing came out, it's changed and it's not as good. So
I know.
If it was horse, maybe do that.
Maybe bring it back.
I mean,
yeah, we just.
But it seems like they're like it. It's like they don't put enough of those fucking packets in there to get the taco taste in there.
It's like I taste ground beef.
Throw some old El Paso in there. But I was looking at that of the shocking thing of like the taco 12-pack thing. $18.
Wow.
That used to be the deal of like
it was only like $12. Yeah,
and then it was like, oh, it's $13.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, it's $18.
Wow. Like,
because that's always the drunken. Wow. Just get an 18-pack, eat as many as you want, and then just throw the rest in the trash.
My favorite deal, and I'm not a McDonald's fan whatsoever, but when they had like the 50 nugget deals for like $20.
Oh, I didn't know that was
I think it was when I was in high school they had that. It was 50 nuggets for $20. God, it was a hell of a buy.
It's a good buy. It's a good bargain.
But the bad part is they didn't, for like the first couple months, they had like the box that fit all 50 nuggets in it, so you didn't feel as bad. And then like towards the end of it, they'd give you 5 $10 boxes or 5 10-piece boxes. And I was like, I feel really fat now. Yeah. I'm sitting
ordered 2 drinks, so they thought there was 2 of us in here, but I'm going to drink it all.
Every time I do my Taco Bell order, I'm thinking when I get that order, I'm like, they're going to expect 2 people to be in this car.
That's a real thought.
Yeah. They're going to expect 2 people to be in this car, and it's just going to be my fat ass roll up.
The McDonald's thing, though, like, they have the greatest fast food sandwich. The Quarter Pounder is by far the most superior of the fast food stuff.
I would counter that with the McDouble because it's cheaper. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but nothing to do with price.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Quarter Pounder.
The Quarter Pounder with cheese is as far as...
Are we just going burger then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, burger, I'd probably say that. Fast food, yes.
The Whoppers, you wipe your ass with that.
And the Baconators blows the...
It's terrible.
It's not the best. The bacon is gross.
Yeah, because it's like, here's some raw bacon on top of this fucking overly cooked patty. I was like,
now,
okay.
I will counter anything of sandwich-wise fast food with the spicy chicken for Wendy's.
Well, yeah, but we're not talking about that.
I know. Go ahead. Go on with your thought.
But the thing is it's so bad of like, hey, put that in the hot box of like, I can't tell you the last time I had a Quarter Pounder because they cook it as you order it now.
Yeah.
Of like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking fat. Well, it's fresher. No, it's not. It's frozen.
Yeah, exactly. It's just hot. That's all.
Cook a dozen of them. Put them in that fucking steamer box that you do with the rest of the patties. There's some salt and pepper on it. Put it in here.
Yeah, I'm not a McDonald's fan. They
have the best. The bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
That is the great. Yes. The steak.
Well, you like the steak.
The steak one. The steak, egg, and cheese bagel. When they brought that back, I was a pretty happy camper.
That's awesome.
But
I like $5 a piece.
Yeah, I know.
So
I got it.
Like, oh, okay.
Like the first week they brought it back, I went and got one, and then I haven't got one since. I'm like, oh, this is expensive.
I drove through last week because like that's kind of my thing. Like when I like Saturdays after I get off work, I usually get one on my way home.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's 87 cars in the drive-thru.
Yeah, Jesus.
So I just went through Panera, and they have bacon, egg, and cheese, and I just had them put it on a bagel. And Panera is usually like $104 for whatever. And, I was like, oh my God, this might have been cheaper than what McDonald's was. But Panera's is always like, do you want the whatever Asiago fucking condor cum spread? Of like, could you just put some butter on it? Oh, you want the butter with the aioli and the... No, just butter.
That condor cum, though, that got me a little bit.
Well, it's like the lemonade that they serve at that place. It's like it's sweetened with agave.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so
sugar.
just put sugar in it.
Yeah.
Because this, basically, you're serving me margarita mix.
Yeah.
Without the tequila is kind of what you're doing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe stop doing that.
I've never had Panera either.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's just everything.
If I'm getting fast food, I'm gonna try to kill myself.
I wouldn't consider them fast food. I'd consider them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kind of like a Five Guys where it's not fast.
It is not.
Goddamn Five Guys.
I love Five Guys.
God, it's delicious.
But no, but Panera is always, it's like that weird thing of like, hey, here's a turkey, bacon, and cheese sandwich. Awesome. Here's a bunch of other shit that we'll throw on it that will make it a real hassle if you want to take all of it off.
Yeah.
Like,
here's some arugula with some...
Yeah. Remember the stuff that used to be the garnish around fucking buffets and the cold to cover up the ice for the cold stuff? Yeah, we're going to put that on your sandwich now and call it healthy.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I don't like it when people go, oh, but if you have it with something, it tastes better. Then it doesn't taste good to begin with. I don't want to, if I can't eat it by itself, I don't want to eat it.
Important, and I was listening to McAfee and they go on that with the mashed potatoes thing of like, everybody loves mashed potatoes. Or do you just love the stuff that goes?
No.
Once, like
I'm a salt and pepper mashed potato guy.
But I'm not going to just eat mashed potatoes. I'm not that guy. Like I'll put some gravy on it, throw some,
Oh, okay. No, I can
fixins.
Gotcha. I'm not I can just eat a mashed potato with some salt and pepper.
No salt and pepper.
Like it's just plain? Like
just
there's
plain
no like when you mash it up, you didn't throw any butter and milk in it?
I mean, you got to make it.
Okay. So, yeah, I could probably eat mashed potatoes like that.
But it's like not a lot of people. Like I need the gravy on it. And to me, like mashed potato is going to it's going to be the biggest portion on my plate. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's a catalyst for everything else. Of like,
oh, for sure.
If I'm going to have some turkey, it's also going to have some mashed potatoes on it. If I'm going to have some, it's
I'm with you.
The great, it's the binder for the rest of the plate. We went 30 fucking minutes.
I was just getting ready to ask you how long we've been doing it.
Well, it's a special because I'll probably just put this out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Who gives a shit? But
no, it's a fun one.
Yeah, it's what else are you gonna? I mean, it's not like there's any big games going on.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have anything to talk about.
But yeah, I mean, the cranberry sauce, you can stick it in your ass because it's
disgusting.
I mean,
nobody eats it. Don't waste your time on it.
They always put it out though.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I don't get it. Hey, we haven't touched this in 27 years.
Like I'm good with cranberry juice. That's fine.
With vodka.
I mean, either way, I'm not an alcoholic, but
I'm not either. But I'm not going to just drink cranberry juice.
I don't waste my time with alcohol. Just get right to it. Oh, got to take you 3 hours, drink a bunch of beers to get your high? 30 seconds, bitch.
I'm better than you.
You've been fucking heroin instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll take you 5 minutes to smoke that cigarette, huh? Do a line of fucking coke. Want to feel paranoid and nosebleeds? Lose all your money and just sweat?
Yeah.
Cocaine is a choice for you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Jugs and holidays.
Yeah. It's funny that, obviously, as me and my cousins are now obviously old enough to consume alcohol. I don't have any younger cousins than that. But now that we're older, it's crazy how much of a drunk fest Thanksgiving is. It's like, oh, we can have 30 bottles of wine and a case of beer, and now we play drinking games at Thanksgiving. It's like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. All right, cool.
I've never drank at a Thanksgiving. Usually, I was still drunk.
Yeah,
because obviously Wednesday night.
Yes, exactly.
We're in here. We're doing a podcast on Wednesday. The biggest partying night of like, we're doing a podcast with kids. There's been times, like at lunches at like noon.
Yeah,
I have had it more than once.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to find my vehicle to get to Thanksgiving. Of like, I didn't get home until, or not even home. These are always on occasions when I didn't wake up at my own house.
Yes.
And it'd be like, get back to a place at like 6:30 in the morning, sleep for 4 hours. Like, where the fuck is my car?
Yeah.
I need to get somewhere to find my car. So I got a family thing going on here in a bit.
I was always lucky during those years. I always lived at the house where Thanksgiving was at. So I lived with my grandparents during college. Yeah. So as when I would roll in at, when my grandma was up cooking the turkey at 5 a.m, she'd be like, "Don't be late." Like, I'm good. Just let me go get an hour or two. I'll be fine.
Because that's a weird thing too, of like on Thanksgiving, of like, hey, what time do we need to be over there? 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're serving at 3 o'clock. What am I supposed to do at lunch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing?
It's a weird concept because if you don't have multiples, you're only eating at 3. Yeah. It seems like that's like the staple. Yeah. Like nobody else, no other day of the fucking year do you eat dinner at 3 unless you're in a home.
Well, because I'll tell you, I'm going to go to my sister's, and I don't even remember what time she told me. Because it was a big deal. I made a big deal of it because that's what I do. We were at my brother's house, and she's like, "So you're coming Thanksgiving?" I was like, "Yeah, what time?" He goes, "Well, any time." I'm like, well, fucking pin a time down. You mean to show up at fucking 6 in the morning? 6 in the morning? Yeah. I mean, what? And then she told me a time. Mm-hmm. I have no idea.
Show up at 10:30.
It's also her birthday today.
Oh God!
I should probably text her.
Probably should text her. Yeah.
I mean, I will see her tomorrow, but it'd be a brotherly thing to do. And I honestly thought about that this afternoon when I was at work. Of like, hey, you got to text your sister, even if it's just a little happy birthday gift. Just let people know you care.
Yep.
Forgot that.
Okay.
Having a conversation with myself as I have the phone on me. Like, well, as soon as I'm done driving this cart, I'll get it. And now I'm down at the building. I don't get any cell service.
Yeah.
Now I'm leaving.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So, football last weekend got a little interesting there with a couple games there.
Yeah.
TCU Michigan pulled one out of their butts.
Ohio State did too.
Yes, they did. I was not able to watch that game.
There was a moment when Ohio State was kicking a field goal and one. Mm-hmm. They'd already had one blocked.
Yeah.
In return for 2 points. But there was a moment toward the end of the game where Ohio State was kicking a field goal to go up like, I think that was what put them up 7. I think. I can't quite remember.
Okay.
But it was at that time frame where it had that feel. Remember when Penn State blocked that kick and returned it and beat Ohio State?
Yes.
That's the feeling it had of like, oh my God, they've already gotten one. But yeah, the Michigan thing, see, because I ran to my brother's, like I'm watching the game and then ran to my brother's and like the amount of timeouts and shit that happened, the fact that I got down to his house before the game was over was like, all right, how is this?
Yeah.
But they should, I'm glad they didn't, but I wanted them to.
We called that.
Yeah.
I mean, we said this would be the one that would give them fits. I tell you what, Illinois played their ass off.
Yeah.
Played their ass off. And I think you saw, obviously coming into this week, it's obviously the big game, but breaking down those two games, I don't think it's an overreaction from people to base off what you saw last week coming into this week. You were playing a team, Ohio State was playing a team in Maryland that had the opportunity to show issues on that back end.
Yeah.
Illinois had the trenches to give Michigan fits. They're the biggest team that Michigan has played by far. So I don't think it's an overreaction. Like, oh, what's going on right now? No, you played you played your opponents that are stopping what you're good at. Illinois can shut down a run game because of their size, and Maryland can can throw the football. So Ohio State secondary, you're going to see some issues on that one. So,
except they have a quarterback that can't throw the fucking ball.
Exactly,
he is terrible.
Yeah, he's not very good. But they can.
Yeah,
they can do it. So everybody was like, oh, yeah, you did almost get beat. Like this is not a fluke where you've had a bad game. No, this was a situation where your butthole should have been a little puckered for both schools. I mean, and that's why it's so interesting coming into this week of you didn't just have 2 blowout games the week before.
No,
you did. That's probably the first time in a long time I can remember where both schools had a tough one or had a close one going into the game this week. So
of which both should have been layups.
Yes, exactly. Should not have had any issues with either of them. But from my knowledge of remembering, however long it's been, just how's that practice going now? Like what? So now are you focused? Are you cleaning up the mistakes from the prior week, or are you only focused on what this team's doing this week? That's the fun part.
That is a weird thing because you think about it, because we're a very dominant professional show here.
Yeah,
but you still have to remember, like, they only get like 20 hours.
Oh, for sure.
You can't. Not a lot you can do.
No, there's not.
Basically, you have enough time to put your game plan in. That's kind of what you got as far as practice goes. That mine with both of them is just, it's funny seeing the Michigan things. Well, our running back went down. It's like, hey, man, both of our running backs and our number one receiver haven't played for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, Michigan's point is that's their offense. If they don't run the football, their identity is now gone.
That's the problem. Because Corum is phenomenal.
God damn, is he good.
But the fact that their running back room isn't deeper.
Yeah.
The fact that Ohio State's is deeper is shocking to me. Because that's all Michigan's. Since Harbaugh's been there,
they run the football.
It's like that Wisconsin thing of, like, they always have these stud running backs of, like, why do you not? Now, I mean, they've had them.
Yeah.
But it's like they have one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the next year they got one of, like, well, why isn't this?
Yeah, exactly. Why aren't you? The fact you don't have one every class.
Yeah, it's like Ohio State was to their third, and that guy rushed. It's the second time that he's came in to spell injured running backs and ran for 130 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, why is that not?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you.
Because it should be.
It should be, because you have the
it's what you do.
It's what you do, and you have the offensive line to make any running back look good.
Yeah.
It is a weird concept though when you think about it in that way.
Yeah, if you thought anybody of the two teams, if there was going to be one that had a more loaded running back room,
you think it
would be Michigan.
Yeah, because that's what they base their offense out of. But I thought you saw kind of what we talked about a couple weeks ago of Michigan's vertical passing game is non-existent at times. When I say non-existent, I'm talking about no play action, just straight drop back passing. Nothing predicated off the run game. When you have to, when you know that they're going to throw, they are not good. When it's a situation like they were in, you gotta, everybody wants to talk about the pick play. Okay, whatever. But that shit happens all the time. Yeah. It's just in the game situation where you saw it that time. But they were on their way to lose that game. And you get lucky with that little opening right there and you connect with it. But other than that, they couldn't throw the football.
No, he started the first 3 games that he played, which obviously were against shit teams, which is fine. But that's what you're supposed to. He did what you're supposed to. You're supposed to complete 78% of your pass. That's exact. Now he does not complete 50% of his passes.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, he only throws it on average 22 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. For the way they run the football,
that's fine.
You give me a quarterback that goes 16 of 22, because they're not asking him to do like throw 50-yard bombs. I mean, it's crossing patterns and shit like that. With that running game, 15, 16 to 22, you're beating on pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
If you can rush the ball.
Yep.
But when you're telling me you throw it 22 times and you only connect on 11 of them, of like,
that's
hey,
a problem.
Now, I mean, that's
a problem.
This big boy football, like, and not anything to do with Michigan and Ohio State. Like, you're wanting to push for a national championship. That shit ain't getting
that's not.
it.
No,
I mean,
no, you're now one-dimensional, and teams will just make you do that.
Because I can tell you one thing. They may run the ball all over Ohio State, and they may beat Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
They sure as fuck aren't going to run the ball against Georgia.
No.
They proved it last year.
Yes.
Can't run the ball against Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had all their guys go to the NFL. Yeah, there's a bunch of more NFL players on that defensive line.
Exactly.
You're not going to run the ball against Georgia.
No.
You better be able to pass it, and they can't.
No.
Now, Now they'll cover the fucking. He'll throw for 415 yards and 8 touchdowns of.
No, but that's an issue, and flip it around, play devil's advocate for the Buckeyes. They showed they could run the ball a little bit, but you have to against lower opponents.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the question there. It's the back end of you got just enough stops. That's not going to be enough against a Michigan team who runs the football, eats clock, and if you're kicking field goals, you're not winning that game.
Yeah,
you got to score touchdowns, and I'm not saying you have to score fast, but you have to score every possession.
Yeah,
or you're not going to have a lot of possessions because Michigan does a really good job of eating that clock.
That's one of those things of when you're used to the up tempo of Ohio State of, hey, this game, realistically, you could only touch the ball 8 times.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you punt on 4 of them, you're getting beat.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
For sure. That's why it's interesting just from that fact of they both had close games the previous week. Now you're going into the big game, and I'm excited for it. This is I don't think anybody knew what to expect last year. I mean, you knew Michigan was obviously better.
Yeah.
You didn't think Ohio State would come out and lay a fucking egg like that.
You didn't think they could run off center?
Yes.
For 250 yards.
Exactly. You didn't expect that. You knew they could run
like
the football.
These stretch plays and no. We're just gonna
run right up.
We're gonna run a 32 trap.
Yep.
Every fucking play.
Yeah. So now, but this year, now we know what Michigan is. We know what Ohio State is. It's an exciting game to come into.
The one that bothers me, because obviously I've said I think Michigan to beat Ohio State the whole time. Now, with Corum going down, I assume he's going to play. They said there's no structural damage, but the problem I have, no structural damage means he didn't tear anything.
Yeah.
Didn't mean he didn't stretch the fuck out of some stuff, which means that cut might not be as sharp and fast.
For sure.
That's a problem because his ability to cut in the trenches is just
next level.
When you can make those kind of cuts in between the tackles, is just it's tough to stop because there's going to be a hole somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere, especially in college.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, you hit that right on the head. I was going to bring that up. And now he's not on a pitch count, but they're going to rotate more.
Yeah, both the other guy's going to be healthy-ish.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably still not 100% either.
Yeah.
And he's your big hitter.
Yeah.
Corum is your lead back. This guy's to come in to kind of give you a little 1-2 punch and your speed guy. Now both of them are dinged up. It's like, it's iffy.
It's kind of one of those things. Is he going to be 100%? No.
No.
Is he going to be 90-ish? Okay. If he's at like 85 to 80, you're fucked. I mean, that's...
Yeah, if he's not feeling good, like that's a big problem. Because it's knees are mind games. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't feel
Bakhtiari,
comfortable,
doesn't feel right.
Yep.
Maybe that just might be how it is, pal.
Yeah. It's but a knee is a mind game because that's what makes you good. If you don't have fucking knees, you're terrible. But that
especially because he didn't get hit.
Yeah.
When you fumble the ball to grab your knee.
Yep.
That's a
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's not no brace can fix that. No, nothing you can do to help. You can't prevent that again.
Like the fear he must have had laying on that field of like, oh my God, like my life is over.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a thought that's going to run through his mind. Yeah. And it sucks because you want them to be you want both teams to be 100%.
Yeah.
Because you want to see that battle, that clash between the two of them. And it's what makes the rivalry fantastic.
Yeah.
You don't want any asterisks beside the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Just going back to, my favorite Michigan Ohio State game is when they were 1 and 2, right? I mean, just the back and forth between that was amazing,
dude. That was so fucking like you don't talk about almost having heart attacks. Like it was that kind of game.
Yeah.
Of like Jesus Christ. Even the JT Barrett one wasn't that because it was it was kind of both teams played like shit and it just wasn't getting there.
Yeah.
The 06 game, both teams played great.
Yeah. Or even the one where Tyvis Powell picked him off in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Like that one was a fun one.
Yeah.
That's the game, I do not want this game to be a blowout either way. Like, that doesn't make the rivalry fun. Now, it makes fun shit talking as the year goes on, but it doesn't make the rivalry fun. If you're just blowing each other out, that's not a rivalry.
Like, I would love to see, just because, obviously, like, just the shit talking that goes on Twitter and shit like that with Michigan fans of like, well, you haven't beat us since 2018 or whatever the hell it's been. In my heart, it's like, oh, it'd be awesome if it was fucking 76 to fucking 20. I'm like,
yeah.
But I don't think it's going to do that.
No, Ohio State Twitter's fun because they just keep retweeting the Heisman ceremony between Desmond Howard and Hutch. It's like, remember this, guys. I'm like, it's so funny how everybody gets so mad, and they are just fat fans who watch the game. Like,
you can play for them. I mean,
exactly. It has nothing to do with you. If you graduated from there, you can have a little bit more hatred than the rest of us.
It's one of those things of it's just because it's so important.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a 12-teamer, it's not as important.
No.
But the hatred's still there.
Yeah.
Like, you got to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just you guys haven't beat us and do this and we own this. Of like, well, then there's that. Well, we're still leading the overall series. Well, I mean, the bulk of you're leading by from like 1890 to 1905.
Yeah.
Because there is some stat out there after, like, if you took it from 1920 on, Ohio State leads.
Yeah.
It's like, but
no, it's still fun.
I take the series as senior in college.
Okay.
That's what it matters.
Yeah.
22 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or 21 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the lifetime of the recruits.
Yep.
What have you done in the last 20?
Yeah.
Or 18, if you want to say that when you're recruiting them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
What happened in, like, the Notre Dame people. Fucking Notre Dame football. It's like, well, it's not 1987.
Yeah.
Like, you're not,
Yeah.
Now, Notre Dame's getting to the point where it's like, they feel like how you feel for the Lions of like, hey, they got a good win.
I tell you what, the criticism, we can flip the Notre Dame because they have a big game, but the criticism that Freeman got at the beginning of the year, I'm happy for the guy that he's having some success now. Like, give him some time. He's a first-year fucking head coach, guys.
Never been a head coach anywhere, and you're the head coach at Notre Dame.
Exactly.
I don't give a shit that they haven't been relevant. I mean, they've made the playoffs.
It's still fucking Notre Dame.
But the way they get shit on for their playoff losses, of like, hey, everybody, fucking Ohio State got beat like 33-0 the one. I mean, everybody gets blown out.
Clemson owned their ass for 3 or 4 fucking years.
Yeah. It's like everybody gets blown out. There's always a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
because
there's always one team that is just so much better than everybody else. That's just the way it is. But like the Ohio State thing, to flip from the Michigan side of it to the Ohio State side, and obviously I would ask you, I assume your answer is no, because I can't imagine your buddy's going to get any inside information on the Jackson Smith thing, because my guess is he's not going to play.
I would assume he's not going to play.
I assume he's not going to suit up again.
No, if you're not suiting up these last 3 games, you're not suiting up.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't play Saturday, then he's not playing whatever happens later on in the season.
Get ready for
go get paid.
That's the upsetting thing is like it happened in the first game, and you sat him a week, and then you brought him back, and then you sat him a week, and then you brought like, hey, just sit him let it heal.
Yeah. It's a hamstring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that didn't happen in a week.
You just sit on it. Because that would be my, like, if he suits up, it's over.
I would agree.
And he don't even have to catch. He just has to run routes and maybe catch 2 balls.
Mm-hmm.
But that's enough of a shit.
That just
like if
now your focus is not on
Marvin Harrison, and then Njigba runs a drag route for 70 yards. Like now like we can't. There's nothing we can do here because the other receivers are not good.
No.
Like they're good, but it's
good,
like
but they're not. They're not ready yet.
I don't know why these last few weeks you guys have you can't catch. You can't.
They just shouldn't be on the field yet. It's not their time.
Yeah. I'll tell you what upsets me the most though is that we go through such massive points of time, and I say we like I played there of that. Like it's forgotten that Stover is even part of the team. Like The guy catches everything.
I know. It's.
He runs 10 yards down the field. He's bigger than everybody guarding him, and he catches it every time you throw it to him.
Yeah.
It's like 2 games go by. It's like not even targeted, and then it's like,
well, the first 5
throw it to him 30 yards. Like,
yeah, the first 5 weeks of the season, that seemed like he only threw it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why the hell would he go away from that?
Yeah. Of like,
I think
he's always dragging behind the linebackers, and he's open. Hit him.
Having a tight end that can do that in college?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? Like, that
should be everything.
Everything.
It's everything in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
So why wouldn't it be that way in college? But sometimes it just gets we can't throw it to him because if we throw it to him for 10 yards, it won't be a 90-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, well, not everything has to be that.
Got to be a big play.
Yeah.
Big play.
I was watching that in the 06. I've seen on TikTok today, they're putting some clips and stuff out.
Yeah.
Of the Beanie Wells 50-yard touchdown when it was 7-7. Of like, just, there's nothing, it just doesn't hit the same way in the NFL when that happens because it's so rare.
Yeah.
But in a big college game, in a knockout, drag-out game, and a guy breaks a 50-yarder up the middle of
it's still, and I know pads have a lot to do with back in 06 because they were huge compared to what the pads are now, but the fact that he was that fast, that big, the guy's a massive human being.
Yeah.
Massive human being. People thought Zeke was big. He's not Beanie Wells big.
Zeke's prototypical. He's 5'11", 225, runs a 4.5.
Yeah, like this guy was a monster and was that fast. For him to break a 50-yarder is just, it was insane.
Well, 'cause that's just the things you don't see in the NFL of like, hey, it's 3rd and 2, they're going to run it, so we'll jam everybody up. If, like, you miss one tackle, it's fucking housed.
Yep.
Like, that doesn't, I mean, it happens in the NFL, but it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
But, yeah, my thoughts on that is, I think the one thing I noticed, obviously, with the backup running back, I can't even remember his name, that came in for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Is when he got in, they started blocking straight ahead and running downhill. And every time Henderson's in there, they stretch.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he's just not getting there. It's like,
yeah, because they're doing different
shit. Run it up the middle.
Yeah.
Try that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he doesn't, if you put a hand on him, he goes down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there was one time where he was doing a bunch of cutting and, gained like a yard. It's like, hey, if you just ran it up the middle, you'd have got tackled, but it was 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the 2 guards in the center, if you'd have ran into their ass, they were 5 yards down the field. Just do that.
Yep. Yeah.
But they don't.
No, they do not. Everything's got to be a big play, man.
Yeah.
That will be the Achilles heel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be one of those things because they're not going to be able to run the ball. And it's that, hey, if you're going to make us get 5 to 10 yards, because then if you can't run the ball and you get into the red zone, you can't score touchdowns, which what happened last year, they kicking field goals. Do you want to predict this one or you want to save it?
No, we'll predict it.
Okay.
You got a score? Or do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I am going to go, and I don't, obviously I have a little bit of the fanboy in me a little bit because I do root for Ohio State, but I'm going to go 38-31 Ohio State.
All right. I'm going to fanboy this pick because I've said the whole time I think Michigan probably beats Ohio State, but I'm going to fanboy it and say that Ohio State wins 48-27.
Okay.
Like I think it's a blowout.
Gotcha.
Now, granted, that's just a fanboy thing because we've been talking about this for over a month. I know. I think Michigan gets them.
There's no doubt that they can get them. I don't think that's the question. It's who's showing up.
Because there's the other thing too. It's supposed to be raining.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a problem.
It'll be fun.
Not for Ohio State.
Oh, it'll be fun for Ohio State. It'll be fun. It'll be a great fucking time.
I didn't ask my brother. What his thoughts were. Because like the one year when they hung 66, like I assumed it was big time. I was like, fucking Ohio State can't beat Michigan.
Yeah.
And Sean's like, oh yeah, they'll win. He's like, he wasn't even worried.
Yeah.
And it's like they win 66 to fucking 30.
Yeah.
I'm like,
told you.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But he did. But
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's I do think Ohio State wins the game.
Yeah.
I think they're capable. I think they're the better football team. But they cannot have the oh shit moment. They can't get down at 10 points and be like, oh fuck, now I got to play.
Yeah.
I really feel like they got hit in the mouth last year twice in a row.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, no, now it's too late. Now Michigan is rolling.
Yeah, and we can't stop them.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ohio State is such a slow starting team.
Yep. Very slow starting.
Where it's like, hey.
And they have all the capability to not be a slow starting team. Like
they should be a fast starting team.
Yes, you don't have a sophomore quarterback. You have a senior quarterback with a lot of guys around him that are NFL type players. You should be scoring a touchdown on your first drive every game.
Like that. They should be starting games the way Oregon used to.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like in a blink of an eye, Oregon's up fucking 28-0.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, we're a minute into the second quarter and this game's fucking over.
Yeah. Like you have that capability.
But it's always like the first script of plays is always like, well, what were we bad at last week? All right, we couldn't run the ball, so we'll run it every time and throw in some bubble screens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that didn't work, so now we're going to throw it on every down this one to see if that works.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, you could... That's what it's so different, like the good offensive play callers in the NFL. Their first 15 script is so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's why you see so many opening touchdowns in the NFL, because it is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Where in college, it's just like, when I get up there, I'll decide, it feels like we should run it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We're gonna run these first 3 plays to see how they're gonna play us, and then we'll punt.
Yeah. Yeah, when's the last time Ohio State scored on their opening drive? For the most part, they go 3 and out for the most part on their first drive.
I really feel like that's the game plan. We will maybe motion once, and then we'll run the ball here. We'll do this one, then we'll run a bubble screen. How they're going to play it? Oh, okay, that's how they're going to play us. Okay, we'll punt. We'll get them on the next one. That's not a thing.
No,
that's not how you do things.
Especially in college, of like run some motion. Oh shit, Marvin Harrison's in the slot. How are we going to do this? Okay, he's the number 3 wide receiver lined up here. That means our linebacker's supposed to guard him. What do we do here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's a problem for the other team, because now they got to communicate and go, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's Marvin Harrison. I'm a fucking linebacker.
Yeah, I'm not covering
That's
him.
not my guy.
Yeah. No, but it'll be interesting.
The other nice one, obviously we can say, because Georgia only won by 10.
Yeah.
So the top 3, or the top 4, Georgia wasn't going to lose that game, but 2, 3, and 4 probably Michigan should have lost. TCU should have lost, and Ohio State could have lost.
Yeah. TCU, man.
20-some seconds left, no timeouts. Go ahead and run the ball.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
We like to test our kicker to see if our speed, everybody has a speed kick, but it's like, 16 seconds or whatever of like.
Yeah.
And like, there is no, just go stand and fucking kick it.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, you didn't have to do that.
They're getting super close now to now get beat.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 weeks of how close it's been, it's like these are uncomfortable moments now where a bad team's going to have a little bit of more confidence going in, and you may be fucked.
I'll tell you what was so good, though. What was so good was when Tennessee beat Alabama. I was rooting for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like, hey, kind of an upstart. Josh Heupel, like the quarterback doing good things.
Yeah.
Then, I know like Ohio State fans are fucking terrible. They're some of the worst. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Tennessee fans, though, it got to the point of like Twitter, fucking TikTok of like, fucking Ohio State and Michigan ranked up there. Who the fuck have they played? We beat Alabama. We should be number 1. We should do this. Our losses to Georgia. We should be. And then you get beat by fucking 30.
Yeah.
Or 29, whatever it ended up being. And it just went fucking silent.
Yep.
It's like, check yourself, man. It's the first time that you beat Alabama at home when they should have beat you with their field goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Alabama's on a down year.
Yeah. And you get beat by South Carolina.
And all you had to do was just shut up and win out. And you were making the playoffs. There was no.
It does suck their quarterback towards ACL.
That fucking sucks.
That sucks.
And then that was the excuse. on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're going to say this now? We just lost our quarterbacks. Like, you were down 28
exactly.
when he got hurt. There was like a minute left.
Yeah. The fact that he was still in the game is weird.
Yeah, the fact that he was in the game doing that shit is
weird.
But, yeah, it was like, oh, yeah, well, our quarterback went down. It's like, oh, yeah, I mean, but, like, how did that affect your defense?
Yeah, exactly. Because, well, their defense has been
garbage all year.
Yeah, exactly.
They just got by.
What if
shit happens?
What if this is going to be and this is why college football is so fun. Last week of the season, those teams are only playing for upsets.
Yeah.
Your Iowa State. Now they're known to kind of give one. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're terrible.
They're
that guy,
horrible.
That fucking coach is so fucking. Everybody was slurping his cock for years when he was winning in the MAC.
Uh-huh.
And you're in a bad conference
Yes.
now. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say they're a bad conference because every team's every team in that conference is one skill position away from the other team.
Yeah.
Like they're really tight.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, well, I turned down this job and I turned down this job because I want to build a winner here. Well, you fucking suck.
Done that yet, buddy.
You and PJ are in the same goddamn boat because he's terrible too.
The fact that Iowa State is 4-7 and TCU is undefeated, and TCU is only favored by 10 points.
Yeah.
That just screams upset to me.
When TCU's been asking for it.
Yes, they have.
They have been asking for it.
And then you flip it around of people have been talking a lot of shit about Jimbo Fisher.
Oh.
And they should.
Yeah.
But there's capability on that football team. There's athletes on that football team. And again, LSU's only favored by 10 points.
Yeah.
You're playing in wherever the College Station, whatever the hell it is. That smells like something could happen too, because LSU's been ever since they beat Alabama. They, barely. Had going overtime. Yep. Make that ballsy call. Loved it. You scrape by the next week.
Yeah. And
now you're still kind of scraping by, just getting there. It's just screaming upsets all over the place.
And you get ranked fucking fifth?
Fifth, yeah. No, I don't
I do mind that.
Do you? Because I don't the stuff.
Because what are you ranked fifth for?
I'm not saying I don't mind. Should they be ranked fifth? No, I don't mind how they rank people before the end of the season. I don't really give a fuck
because it matters.
They put them fifth. Just for the simple fact that they're going to go to the SEC championship game. That's the only.
I understand that,
that's the only reason. Though, should
it matters.
It does matter, but if they lose, they'll just go right back to wherever the hell they should be in the teens.
Yeah, I understand, but it's just one of those things of like they do that, and then you go, well, it doesn't matter. It's like, well, yeah, it does fucking matter.
If somebody would win,
because it matters that they still have Alabama at fucking 8. That fucking matters because. It's propping up these wins.
Yes, it is.
Tennessee dropping to 10 after, nobody that gets beat, like you lose a game and you drop from 5 to 10 if you're Tennessee, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You get beat like that and you lose your quarterback because they have to take that into consideration.
And you're still at 10?
And you're at 10?
Yeah.
You're a stopgap. That's all they are.
Uh-huh.
They have stopgapped them for if LSU beats Georgia.
Yep.
That's
for sure.
Because we got to win over a top 10 team.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's why you got it. That's why 5 through 12 fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
And when you notice, Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon's in there for USC.
Yeah.
Because that could be now it's a top 10 Pac-12 championship game. Oregon's not a top 10 fucking team.
No.
But they it's same way with LSU gets up there and then LSU beats Alabama and then shockingly all of a sudden Florida State's ranked.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like they're ranked 25th or they're ranked 23rd.
Yeah, the top 25.
Yeah, but now now LSU's one loss is to a top 25 team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's those little shenanigans of butt fuckery that go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Then Notre Dame can I think they have the capability to beat USC.
I think they will beat USC. USC is, they're so bad.
Mm-hmm.
They're all, Caleb,
yes.
he should win the Heisman.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud doesn't deserve the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
C.J. Stroud, if he wins it, it's by default.
Yeah.
Because he compiled some numbers, but in games where it got tight, he played like shit.
Mm-hmm.
USC has that many wins strictly because of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Their defense is so fucking bad. So I it's a lot of window dressing on that USC, which is fine because it's his first year, and the fact that he's even in the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Because USC was
big deal.
Awful, just awful.
But it's just like find a way.
Well, it's a big deal now. It's a big deal now for college football that USC is now back up there.
Yeah.
And now that, even UCLA is kind of relevant. So now you're even building the, what do you want to call it? The names of college football back up and relevancy.
So I tell you what, I heard Herb Street say this. This is one of those ones I was watching McAfee before I came here. Sorry, I got a little hamstring thing going on.
It's okay.
If I kick you.
It's fine.
Because apparently I can't sit this long because I'm old. Mm-hmm. And I start cramping up.
Well, we're not in the most comfortable of chairs, so.
And like last week's episode when I had a double hamstring cramp, and then when I stretched my legs out, my fucking hip started cramping because I'm a fucking old man. I'll drink some more soda. Yeah. That'll loosen them up.
Yeah,
God forbid you have water.
Yeah, pop's good for you.
But I was watching McAfee earlier today, and he called Herb Street. This is one of those ones where which I don't like when they do that. If you're going to do it, just fucking call them and put them on, like a normal. But he asked about chaos, and basically Herb Street said this: if you want chaos, Georgia wins out. That knocks LSU out. That's their third loss. That gets them. However you want to see it.
Yep.
Because if LSU wins that game, then you get two SEC teams. So there's really no chaos.
Yeah.
Georgia wins out. Ohio State beats Michigan close.
Yeah.
Like last second field goal type thing. 3-point game. Whatever. Yep. TCU gets beat one of the last 2 weeks. Notre Dame or Oregon knocks off USC.
Mm-hmm.
Now now you start looking going, we got 2 lost teams. Does Michigan get in?
Yeah.
Well, Clemson's going to be a 1-loss fucking champion. Do they get in?
Yeah.
I mean, it is like if those, and that's
legitimate.
100% legit.
Oh, yeah.
Of what the fuck do you do?
Yeah.
Because when you start laying out, and Clemson's only getting helped if Notre Dame beats USC, Clemson's going to get the fuck in.
Yeah.
Even though they got dog walked.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things of like, if you're Michigan, you don't want to have to be arguing with Clemson.
No.
I mean,
yeah.
So I think if it's the other way, if it's like a shenanigan type last second field goal, Michigan wins, I think Ohio State gets in.
Yeah.
Mainly for the fact they beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
In that scenario of like, okay.
But
it's like if those things happen.
Yeah.
And now you're at like, well, there's a 2-loss Alabama team here.
Yeah.
There's a Clemson team here.
Yeah, it'll get
what do you do?
Super fucking interesting. Super fucking interesting.
Then what if Clemson got fucking beat in the championship game by a 2-loss North Carolina or whoever the hell they're playing?
Mm-hmm. Be crazy.
At some point in time, it's like a fucking 2-loss team is getting in.
Yeah.
Like it's a 2-loss non-conference champion, maybe.
A 2-loss Alabama team could sneak its way in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's chaos. That is chaos.
That's what I say of like, because it doesn't take much to see that, but like, that's where these fucking, this fucking 5 through 12 ranking is a big deal because, you can they're only going to hop you so many people, but if they can get you close enough.
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
That'd be an interesting thing.
Yep.
I mean, best case scenario for them is Ohio State wins so they can put Georgia at 1, Ohio State at 2. So if they have some fuckery games, like if Clemson gets in, they're pretty sure those 2 teams are going to beat Clemson.
Yeah.
If Ohio State wins, Georgia wins, it's going to be tiered for Ohio State, Georgia.
Yes.
It's going to be 1-2.
Yeah.
Then Georgia would play Michigan, Ohio State would play Clemson.
Yeah.
I think that's how it would go.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, it'll be weird. It'd be weird if just
I've never watched
somebody drops a bomb.
I've never watched the selection show.
Yeah.
Ever. Because the internet exists and it's on Twitter.
Exactly.
I'm not,
Yeah, but if all that shit happens, I might watch it. I might watch it for sure. Because I love when they have the teams there and like they're interviewing the coaches. Because I want to see something like that happen, and somebody who thinks they're getting in doesn't get in. I want to see just the raw reaction.
Yeah,
I do. I really do.
The one that because it used to be fun on Selection Sunday for college basketball, but it's not anymore because it all leaks out.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's all pre-predicted and basically is correct.
I don't want to see somebody fucking cheering. You won your conference championship. You already knew you were in.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a bubble team.
Yeah.
I want to see the real reaction of when it flips on of like, so I always feel like it's like, all right, well, Creighton's going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And like the reporter's like, okay, you guys are going to be in. Let's get an interview of like, well, you just took away you're set up for drama.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope that fucking happens, like that chaos. And I think it
has a chance.
Yeah.
It has a chance. I can't say I think it'll happen because every time we do that, it usually goes the opposite way.
Yeah, like fucking TCU just fucking wallops or,
everybody.
Like Ohio State beats the fuck out of Michigan or Michigan beats the fuck out of Ohio State.
Yeah.
And apparently blowouts don't matter.
No.
So.
No. Yeah. Be fun weekend. Fun weekend of college football.
Yeah. That's the other one. Is like, as Lane, when that came out, Lane Kiffin going to Auburn and him like saying,
no.
Well, that's news to me. No, he never said no.
Yeah, you're right.
He said, that's news to me.
Mm-hmm. And then made up a fake report about that guy.
Yeah, and he's like, this guy's going to what? It's like, hey, you made a couple, you never said fucking no, pal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there was I told you I follow that guy on Twitter that has all this, however the hell he gets it. He has all this. Last week he tweeted out there's going to be a surprise coach, big name coach leave in the SEC and take over another SEC program. That's what he tweeted out.
Yeah.
Again, whether it's Lane Kiffin or not,
it has to be him. I mean,
yeah.
Like, Jimbo Fisher's leaving Texas A&M for fucking Auburn. Auburn's like, well, that makes sense because that's what we fucking do here.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because I was like, okay, well, it's either him or Mike Leach. Those are the only two ones that would leave.
Yeah, fucking Auburn ain't hiring Mike Leach. Ain't nobody hiring Mike Leach.
I love Mike Leach.
He is such a... Let me talk about Pirates. Fucking what?
He's so funny. The shit... His mind and like Theo Vaughn's mind, just like they have to work the same way because they think so far out of the fucking box.
It's like, what was we talking about? Maybe? I don't know. How did you get there?
That like 10-minute interview where he's discussing the mascots of the Pac-12, who would win in like a fight. Ah, God, it's so funny.
But then Lane does basically took a picture of his dick.
Yeah.
And put it, I was just doing some studying. Here's a book of the Egg Bowl with kind of the outline of my cock. That's okay. That's aggressive.
Yeah.
But then what's his name? I keep forgetting that guy's name. I like him from Barstool that does their unnecessary roughness with Casey.
Brandon Walker.
Mm-hmm. He goes, this is going to happen. He says, the reason that this guy messed up is he put Friday on it of like, that's not going to, Lane Kiffin's not going to disrespect his own players and do that.
Yeah.
It'll happen Sunday.
Yeah.
Game's over. Lane Kiffin goes to Auburn. He's like, done fucking deal.
Yeah.
It was never going to happen Friday.
Yeah.
Lane never said no. Sunday afternoon while you're watching NFL games, you're going to see Lane Kiffin. It's like,
makes sense. Make a good point, buddy.
Yeah. Have
you ever seen him tweet some of the things that like people DM him like, I'm going to find where you are and I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And this and that. He's like, it's just college football, guys.
It is. It's crazy. Like I really like him because he will shit on some people and I love it.
And he doesn't get angry.
No.
He's the same monotone voice when he's shitting on people and it's funny.
That's the thing. And it's like, the conversation where you said you acted like me.
Yeah.
Is people come at him because he's a Mississippi State guy.
Yeah.
Like, your fucking team sucks. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I know it sucks. Yeah.
That's what you got? You're going to make fun of me for my team.
Yeah, I know we suck. Yeah.
You know? The fucking Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Bullshit.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lane Kiffin, when he couldn't use Ole Miss and Eli Manning to get Arch.
Yeah.
That was it for Ole Miss.
Yeah,
I think that was I can make it happen if I can get this guy. His uncle went here. His uncle's a fucking legend here.
Yeah.
If I can get him here, that changes Ole Miss.
Oh, for sure.
Now you get some receivers. Now you get some, it tumbles.
Yep.
the second he committed to Texas, I'm like, all right, where's the next spot?
Yeah.
Because one thing Lane Kiffin can do is get good fucking jobs.
Yes, he can.
He may not be good at winning, but
yeah,
he can get some jobs.
He does get good jobs. Oh, gosh. All right. NFL time?
Sure.
I mean, not really a lot of things. The fact that the Cowboys beat the shit out of the Vikings was
from the get-go
scary. I didn't even look at it.
The fucking first play of the game was like a strip sack, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, like, oh, okay, the game's over.
Yeah. I didn't even check to see how we did this week. I was so just... remember when I said I did the Monday night game on our FanDuel thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, $1.50.
How many did you do?
27. Because I ran out of FanDuel points. Because I didn't put any money. So, yeah, I mean, I won $1.50 and I made $1.50. I didn't spend any money.
Okay, to let people know what we're talking about, I was doing a little experiment, and then Seth spilled into the experiment a little bit. I was taking because I'm very bad at the single game 5-man picks.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one I did, I put 40 lineups in a nickel, or no, it was 50.
Yeah.
Might have been 60. Whatever it was. I think it was $4 worth. What is that, 60?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, it doesn't matter. Do the math. Fucking 350 or whatever. I put, just call it 50 lineups in, and I got half of my money back at a nickel. Thinking that, hey, maybe if I put this many combinations in, it'll work. So I went for the full game slate where you pick, 10? Guys,
yeah.
Is that the full game?
Yeah.
For a nickel, and I put 80 roster spots in at a nickel. Then I did the WideSide, which is $5, and then the $1 million thing, which is also $5. So I had 82 lineups.
Yeah.
Cost me $14 total.
Yeah.
I cashed $14. All said, took me 2 fucking hours to put those lineups in to break even.
Yep.
Dude, I couldn't, I almost didn't want to watch football after I was done. I picked so many fucking lineups to the point where I didn't know if I was going to get done in time. I started at fucking 11.
Yeah. To do ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did Monday night's game, and the cool part about it is, and it's the fun as you watch it. And I told myself I'll check it at halftime and then I'll check it in the morning.
Yeah.
I checked it at halftime and I was winning $600. Right before the half, Kittle had the one score, and then I had whoever scored for the Cardinals, I had him in one of the lineups.
Yeah.
And then something had happened again, and then 49ers were driving. Something else happened. And I'm like, I have those fucking guys. I wonder where I'm at. Because I know with the nickel ones, you have to really get up there.
You got to get up. You got to get to
other than
points.
that, it's just change.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I had one I had one in the $300 one. I had one lineup in the $151, and then I had a couple other ones that were in the $10s and $15 range, and it was plus 600. And I was like, holy fuck, this is so cool. And then I won $1.50. Yeah.
That's one of those ones of I shouldn't have looked at. Now I can't go to sleep.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
to refresh.
I was like, no, I'll just go to sleep. Because I told myself, I'm like, there's no way it sticks. Because I've been in the $1 million ones before where I'm at 150, and I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm staying there.
That's what was the winning score of that one?
I missed it by 5 points.
From winning it?
From winning the whole thing. Yeah.
That's
winning the whole thing.
5 points off. I finished in 13,000th place.
Yep.
Yeah.
And won $1.50. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because you obviously normally my Sunday thing is I do a WideSide and I do $1 million. So I got $10 invested. Most of the time I cash on the $1 million one, and then the WideSide is horseshit usually.
Yeah.
So since I broke even with all that shit, I'm like, that's why I did the $9 that you talk about.
Yeah.
But you cash every week, and we've sent screen. You're fucking cashing with 65 points, winning $18.
Yeah.
I put up 80.
It didn't.
I missed cashing by 17 points.
Yeah.
Of what the fuck?
Yeah.
The fucking winning scores, with 5 guys, was 127. I'm like, okay.
93 won it. 93-6 won it, and I had 87-4.
I was so, and I didn't get in that because you texted earlier, and it's like, you know what, fuck, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. If I would have put the funny part, so I went in and I had a buddy who was in like the $9 one. Yeah. If I would have put mine in the $9 one, I would have won like $27.
Yeah.
But since it was the lower,
I assumed Jimmy G had to be the MVP. He threw 4 touchdowns and 280
Jimmy
yards.
G. I had, who was my flip flop?
Kittle had 2.
I had Jimmy G. I had Kittle. I had Samuel. I had Ayuk. And then
Debo didn't score, though.
No, he just had yardage.
He's the only one that didn't score a touchdown.
And I think I had Matt Prater, the card, because I had to have somebody on the Cardinals team, and it should have been like the 3rd string receiver who had to play because Rondale Moore got hurt.
Gotcha.
Like somebody just got lucky and was the whatever money they had left.
Got the touchdown.
Basically, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad thing is when you got to pick the one guy off the other team, hey, they scored 10 points. Like, you got to pick the touchdown of, like, that's pretty tough.
Yep.
Because, chances are you're not going to be able to afford the guy you think it's going to be.
I know. That's what, Matt Prater, because I was thinking Matt Prater, I'm like, okay, they'll probably hit some field goals. I mean, the Cardinals, they're not going to really score.
Especially down there.
They're not going to score against, San Francisco, probably. Colt McCoy's playing. I'm like, they'd probably get it close enough to knock in some field goals. I think he knocked in 2, did an extra point. He got me like 9 points or something, but I needed the 15 or 14 points from him.
Did they only score 10?
Did they only score 10? So he had the extra point and 1 field goal.
Yeah. So you get your 4 points.
Well, it was a bigger one. It was a longer one.
Oh, so you get extra points for the length. I think so. It's so hard because I think we've talked about that before. I'd love when you pick a defense in the full roster ones, I feel like I should get the special teams.
Yeah.
Like if I pick, Baltimore's defense, I feel like I should get the points for the field goals.
I think so too. Or you just give me
make it
-1 receiver and give me a kicker.
Yeah.
I don't need 3 receivers. It's fun, but -1 of those receivers and give me a kicker. I feel like you're going to get higher level receivers in that way.
Because I think most of us always, you pick a defense to save money.
Yeah.
Hey, who's not going to get me negative points? How cheap can I go?
Basically.
But if it tacked in field goals, now there's a thought process of like, well, you get a lot of games in Baltimore where they kick 6 field goals.
Yeah.
Of like,
I got to get that one. That makes a lot of
defense
points.
Of like, feels like it'd be better. Then that's the other one is I had Cordero Patterson. As a return touchdown, which is great.
Yeah.
But you only get the 6 points because there's no yards because it doesn't count.
Yeah, I know.
That kind of sucks.
That does suck.
Like that, and that's fine because you can't just give out return yards.
Yeah.
Okay. But if it's a return touchdown, it should be more than 6.
For sure.
Make it 10.
Because that's unheard of nowadays.
Doesn't happen.
No.
Especially
a
did you get a walk-off punt return?
Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
Here's a block in the back. Who gives a fuck?
I have a problem with that. Okay. Why the hell did you kick it right to the guy?
Dead centered.
Why did you kick it right to the guy? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, remember when Deshaun Jackson did it to the Giants?
Yeah.
It's like all you had to do was not punt it to him and let the ball bounce one time.
Yeah. Now, I will combat some of the people on Twitter and shit like that of like, just kick it out of bounds. Well, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
Because a field goal gets you beat, and if you have a bad angle and kick it out of bounds at the fucking 50,
yes,
and they throw an 8-yard pass and beat you can't do that.
No.
But you can't also not have your professional punter, and I don't care if you kick it down the center, I'm fine with that, but you got to kick a fair catch ball.
Yeah. Got to get it high enough.
You can't have a miss.
If not, you are kicking it right on the other side of the hash and between the numbers and the hash, so your gunner is literally running right to the fucking guy.
But you get, they all have hey, we need a fair catch on this. Okay. I'll kick it 42 yards, but there's no way you can return it.
Yeah.
Didn't need a huge ball. We just need you to not
kick it right to the fucking guy. That was shocking. Everyone talk about the block in the back.
And have it at like 3-9.
Yeah.
Like
everyone talk about the block in the back. Okay, well, the block in the back happens. They kick a field goal anyway and you lose no matter
still
what.
The
same result happens. It's not a walk-off punt return.
Now, Bill Belichick, it maybe cut that fucking guy.
Yeah, for sure.
That made that block.
Yeah.
Of like, what
Well, it's not even a part of the play.
At the 10 fucking yard line, and the running back's at the 5 yard line. That guy,
yeah, he wasn't going to catch him.
Can't do anything. You just
no.
And,
you.
And then the NFL goes, no, it was in the side. It's like, okay, you just made it worse.
Worse, yeah.
Just apologize for missing the fucking call.
Because it was a call. It was a block in the back.
100%.
100% block in the back. He was not in front of him when he pushed him down.
He kind of dove to get him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes it worse when you do shit like that. Just don't say anything. You don't have to make a comment.
You didn't have to say anything. Or say, yeah, we missed it.
Those are the only two options.
That's your two out. You can't say, nah, I got him in the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he didn't.
This wasn't on radio.
Yeah.
This was on the internet exists, TV, all that shit. We've seen it.
Yeah. Everybody saw it.
But that is just such a fucking... Dude, nobody could... In the 1 o'clock games, dude.
2.77 inches of offense in the second half.
For the Jets.
Inches.
And then asked, do you think you did a detriment to your defense?
No.
Well, you got benched now because Mike White's playing.
Exactly. That's one point where, you want to talk about in sports of... Everybody wants to talk about, kids are different nowadays, and, the transfer portal and this and that. The NFL does not give a fuck.
No.
They do not give a fuck. Jameis Winston's healthy. He's not playing. Andy Dalton's our guy because he's in there playing. Just that. Wilson with the Jets.
Yeah.
There's another one that's doing the same thing. There's one more where the backup's like right in there, but Taylor Heineke and Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't care. This guy's winning games. He's going to fucking play. I don't care who you are. Like, there's none of that in the NFL. We're here to win fucking games. If you're not going to do that, you're sitting on the bench.
Well, that's the thing, because you'll get fans of his going, well, they're asking questions like, that's just a bullshit question. It's like, no, that guy was doing him a favor.
Yeah.
By saying, hey, with what you did on offense today, do you feel like you let down your defense?
Yes. That's your only... Yes, I did. I should have been better. Yep.
That reporter says, hey, here's a softball. This was a shit thing that happened to you. Mm-hmm. And I'm a New York media member. I'm going to give you one.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm going to apologize to those guys. They played a hell of a game.
That's
and
all
I
you
couldn't,
have to say.
I didn't play. I need to play better.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It's called leadership.
That's it.
Yeah.
Then the story comes out about Justin Fields apologizing to the defense in the locker room of like,
with a torn shoulder, dislocated shoulder.
Because I'm sorry, guys, I felt like I could have played better. Of like, that's what. And then I seen whoever it was for ESPN goes, oh, and this was the guy that they said that has leadership problems, and that's why he dropped to 11 because he's not going to be a good leader in the NFL. And this guy was good enough to be number 2 because he's just out here MILF hunting and
banging moms.
Good old MILF hunter.
I think my favorite video is
of MILF hunter is what? What job?
The hand job, but
no. Yeah. I mean, all the MILFs have jobs, and he hunts them down.
The video of them on draft day where he's next to like Jalen Waddle and a couple other receivers, and they're all black dudes, and he's the only white guy, and they're like, holding up West Side where they're from and stuff like that, and he's got like the eyes like going back, and he's like starting to like step back from everybody, and the comment was, I think this is when we knew he wasn't going to be very good.
A long way from Salt Lake City.
Yep, this isn't Utah anymore.
The good old Mormons.
Yeah, that's funny.
How about that for BYU though? Because obviously they are very, like, if you have premarital sex, they kick you out of the school and off the team. That one basketball player is a good fucking player.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
This guy that's going to be, hey, our quarterback got drafted number 2.
Bangs moms.
He bangs moms. I was like, fuck.
Damn it.
Our only other quarterback we had was Jim McMahon, and that was fucking.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Is Jim McMahon the coolest quarterback to not be good at quarterback?
Ooh.
Because,
that's a tough question. Him or Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick's kind of good at being a quarterback, though.
Yeah,
Jim McMahon is dog shit.
Yeah.
He was just on it. His swag and everything.
Is it Joe Namath or McMahon? Because Joe Namath is a terrible quarterback. He won a Super Bowl. That's the only thing he has. And so did Jim McMahon. So.
Yeah, Jim McMahon was kind of like Peyton Manning on that last one.
Yes.
Like, hey, man, it didn't matter who the fuck was here.
Yeah. Somebody's getting these guys are getting a win.
Refrigerator Perry scored our touchdown.
Yeah. Not even Walter Payton.
To this day. Like Ditka said every time he sees Walter Payton's son, he apologized to him.
Yeah.
That
Sorry.
I thought we'd get down here again for your dad to score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy carries your fucking franchise. Get it down to the 1 yard. Let's give it to the fucking defensive tackle. He's going to end up selling this ring anyways.
Yeah. You went 2-3 last week, and I went 1-3-1.
Yeah, I'm better. I knew it was going to be a bad week from the get. Well, when you started looking at that, like, I want to say for the longest time, the Bengals that was a 4:30 game.
Yeah.
At the 1 o'clock hour, like you were getting a halftime. There was only like one team that had scored a touchdown.
Yeah, it was the Bills and the Browns.
It was like, okay. Like you start looking at points going,
oops.
Which I didn't look in the $1 million one. What, did somebody get to 230 points? Because
I don't know.
I don't know how much happened.
I didn't play in it. All right.
Going to be a weird one because a lot of
we got 3 games on Thursday, so we may actually have to pick our own teams this week. We're opposites. I won't give you the Bengals. I'm going to give you the Ravens at the Jaguars, and the Jaguars are only +4. On the board. Yeah, the Jags are only +4 though.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah,
even though I need them to lose because I feel like the Bengals getting a lot of love after a couple wins in a row of like, hey, just remember to look at that schedule. Like, we're going to need some fucking help because if you plan on only losing one more game this year, it's a big question.
You have to play the Ravens twice yet.
Once.
Oh, you already played them?
Yeah. I already lost to the Ravens once.
Did you? Oh,
that was the first AFC North game they won last year.
Yes, you're right.
They'd been beaten by everybody else. Yeah, it's like they need I'm going to pick the Ravens, although I need the Jaguars beat them.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you the Falcons at the Commanders. Falcons are a +4.
Give me the Commanders. I've picked the Falcons.
Up. Who are we? The Commanders. The guy tried to make that go. It did not.
I've picked the Falcons twice this year, and they've washed on both, so I'm not.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is like the 2 times you've picked them is the only times they haven't covered this year.
I know, and that's why I'm not doing it again. All right, I'll give you this horse shit of a game. The Broncos at the Panthers. The Panthers are +2.5.
Give me the fuck.
Give me the Panthers. Fuck. The Broncos they may be the worst team in the NFL.
They are so fucking bad. Let's talk. Okay, give me the Panthers.
Okay.
Even though Denver should win this game, but give me the Panthers. We're going to talk about this. Obviously, they let go of Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Because he likes
it's about 6 weeks too late.
Like that was a mess from the beginning.
Yeah. Of like, they shouldn't even re-sign him. They didn't like him last year.
Yeah. Like, why? What are you doing?
I don't know.
He's not good enough to play. Why is he here?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you this. Obviously, they lost that in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But they had the lead.
Yep. 2 weeks in a row, we've blown a 10-point lead.
The fucking thing. Russell fucking Wilson.
Yeah.
Within a week of watching Taylor Heineke not throw the ball and just goes down to a knee.
Mm-hmm.
With a minute 30 left, or minute 20, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. 3rd down. Oakland has no timeouts.
Does the ball.
Throws the ball. Not to complete a pass.
Nope.
Threw it away.
Yeah, to stop the clock.
To stop the clock.
Yep.
Just go the fuck down, man. And now they get the ball with 50 seconds left and no timeouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I did like what Devontae Adams said about Surtain of just too young.
Yeah.
He's too young to be that and he showed you that's what young people do. I'm Devontae Adams and I was open by 40 fucking yards.
Yeah, I know.
That's why. Which is, hey, guy was taking a shot. It's,
Oh, for sure. I mean,
he's going to be phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that.
But he just got taught a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Your eyes are in the backfield, son.
Yeah. Dummy. All right. Give me one.
All right. I'm going to give you the Buccaneers at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are getting 3.5.
I don't know about this one. This one's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Give me the Bucks minus the 3.5.
Probably the last week with Jacoby, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so. They play the Texans next week.
At Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you start Deshaun?
Yeah.
And then funny how that he got suspended for this many games. In the first game he's available to be back is to go to the team that he torched to the ground.
I believe we talked about this. The only reason he was suspended that long.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
to make it a headline.
Boy, it doesn't seem like this is.
Yeah, no, that's for sure the only reason he was suspended that long.
Yeah. It's like, it's just weird how that came to be.
It should have been half the season or all of it. And it shouldn't have been 13 games.
Yeah, you can be. Oh, you're playing the Texans at the Texans?
Mm-hmm.
You're eligible that week.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, guys, come on.
Yeah, it's not that obvious, is it? All righty, sir. Speaking of the Texans, I want to give you the Texans at the Dolphins, and the Texans are plus 13.5.
Ooh. So they're at the Dolphins?
At the Dolphins.
Ooh, give me the Dolphins. So I think Davis Mills just got benched, too.
Yeah. If he didn't, they say they were unsure that was the direction they were going.
I think I seen that on my way over here.
That for sure?
I think
gotcha.
so. I could have been wrong, but I think I seen that.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is your team's playing against the 9th quarterback to start for that team this year. Well, we're going to go back to this guy, see if the shit's washed off of him enough that maybe he can win a game.
I'm hoping Russ plays well against them, and maybe they'll just trade him to him after the end of the season. He did play well against us. Let's go after him.
That's when the owners show up and go, hey, check this guy out.
Yeah.
Give me a 6th-round pick. You can take a salary. You can fucking have him.
Yep. We'll take all 3 of your quarterbacks.
How great would that... And I don't think...
It's not too far out of...
If they give me a couple picks, they can be late rounders, but you take the salary.
Yeah. Don't give me anything. Just take the salary.
Well, I mean, it's going to be... They got to do something of like, you trade away 3 first-round picks and get back 5th round and a conditional 7th rounder. I think Broncos Nation or country, whatever you guys call
Broncos
it.
country.
Would be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, good move. Fire Hackaway. There's already talks that he's gone either. If they don't win this week, I think all the inside guys that are he's gone.
Well, here's the deal. You had to hire somebody to manage the game time.
Yep.
Because you couldn't do it.
Yep.
And he gave away the play calling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't want you to call the plays in the first place, so I don't think head coach should do that. Your job is to manage the gameplay.
Yeah. And you passed over the offensive coordinator that you hired to give it to the QB coach.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is that guy there for?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a... All right, well, we're going to go ahead and see if we can get back to Green Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
I owe you one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Bears at the Jets. Jets are -6.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough... I'm going to go Bears plus the 6. New quarterback, Mike White's not any better than what's his dick.
I think he is.
You think he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have that low a thought of...
Okay.
It's not... Now, granted, obviously I watched what Mike White did to the fucking Bengals. Like, he lit them the fuck up last year.
Yeah.
But it's more of the... I don't have faith in... And Flacco's just still there cashing checks. I mean, he was winning games for him, but let's see what we got in this guy.
It's pretty old.
You think Flacco's like, I don't
want to play this week.
I gave you a couple games.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the funny thing.
I'll be real honest. I bet it was something like if Flacco starts two more games, there's probably an escalator that goes up to $15 million.
Probably. I'm going to give you Raiders at Seahawks. The Raiders are plus 3.5.
Give me the Seahawks all day long.
Yeah. I'm excited for Geno Smith. Good for him.
Yeah. He's had a tough life. I mean, he's had a really good life, but I mean, tough professional life of who he kept getting stuck behind.
Yeah. And the fact that his own teammate broke his fucking jaw, and that's why he didn't play in New York.
Yeah.
Tough go. All righty.
I owe you one now?
Yes, sir. Is
that how this works? Back and forth?
Yep.
Chargers at the Cardinals. Cardinals are plus 3.
Both teams are terrible. Give me the Chargers minus the 3. The Cardinals are horrid. And the Chargers finally have Keenan Allen back for maybe just last week. He may not play this week. He's probably hurt again, but...
Yeah, he was.
Was he hurt again?
Or no, that was Mike Williams.
Okay. One of the two.
As soon as Keenan Allen came back, like midway through the second quarter, he did something to his ankle. He was fucking out again.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, it'd be nice if both these guys would be on the field at the same time.
It'd be really great. This is crazy to me that this, I don't want to give you this. I'm not giving, this isn't the game I'm giving you, but I want to say it.
The next one.
On the news, like we're the news. Breaking.
Let's talk about Elon Musk and what he's doing to Twitter.
The Rams are at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are favored by 15 and a half points. That's unheard of.
You want to hear the breaking news that I heard on? The Rams just released their leading rusher.
Is it Matt Stafford? Oh, no, they just released him. Yeah, exactly.
Just released him.
They haven't released the guy that hadn't played all year.
Just released their leading rusher, but here's the stat. Less than 300 yards rushing. I don't remember. It was 2-something. I don't remember what it was, so I'll just say less than 300. That's your leading fucking rusher.
Yeah.
That's a run-based fucking offense.
Exactly. That's good. It's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Now I bet you're wishing you had some draft picks, guys. Yeah. Or some money.
Yeah, fuck them picks. Well, they got a Super Bowl, though, so, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I'll give you the Saints at the Niners, and the Saints are plus 8.5.
Niners.
Okay. Niners are rolling.
I think Niners are the team in the NFC.
Yeah.
I think they're starting to click.
How good is it that the addition of Christian McCaffrey, holy fuck.
And he wasn't even, he didn't score either. Like, everybody else got touchdowns that he didn't.
Yeah.
But it was really starting, the dominance of their fucking run game.
Trent Williams is amazing. Trent Williams is amazing. The boot where he pulls out and loops out and takes out two fucking dudes. Levels Buda Baker and then takes out the other guy too. Yeah,
that was. I remember I told you about AQ doing the.
Yeah.
Did you watch the end of trenches when he did that?
No, I didn't.
Not only did he do that, but a lot of people didn't notice there was one other guy that got put on his fucking ass at the goal line by the center.
Oh, nice.
Of
yeah, that's unheard of.
Who's doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
25 yards down the field, the center put a fucking corner on his ass.
That's awesome.
I mean,
that's awesome. All right.
Are we out of games yet?
No, I think I have to do either the Rams or Chiefs or the Bengals Titans.
Do the Bengals Titans.
Okay, I will take the.
Don't hurt my heart.
I know, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to. I got to go Titans plus the 2.5.
The Titans are quietly so fucking good.
Yeah.
Nobody pays attention.
Nope.
They've won 6 straight games.
I know.
It's
Vrabel is a very underrated guy.
Yeah.
Very underrated. He is the quiet version of what Dan Campbell wants to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They both have the same values. They both coach the same way. They're very, Dan's just a little bit more vocal about it.
Yeah.
In the whatever news and stuff he's just more vocal about it, but they both have the same, style of what they want their teams to be.
Do I owe you another one?
No, we're done.
We're done?
Yep, we're done.
I was going to say, because it is running out of games here.
Had to go into the Sunday night one.
I'm going to give you the 15-point game to pick.
Yeah. Ugh.
That's
incredible.
NFL boys.
Yeah, I know. That's incredible, though.
The Titans just, as a Bengals fan, got to win this game.
Yeah.
This. Obviously, they got the Browns again. You got to beat the Browns.
Yeah.
You got to.
You have to.
Kind of need to beat the Ravens.
Uh-huh.
But with the schedule they got, we went over that last week of have to win this.
You have to win this week.
This is the most out, in your division, shit happens.
Yeah.
And, you're going up against the Titans and Derrick Henry, and it's a fucking must win.
Yeah.
Because that backside coming home.
It's a tough one.
With the Bills. Now, granted, they could luck out.
Oh, God.
They got the Chiefs coming.
Chiefs next week.
They got Chiefs next week.
Browns, Bucks, Patriots, Bills, Ravens.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing is you flip those games maybe. You get Ravens, Bills, maybe Bills are sitting some people out at that point in time.
Yeah.
But the way things are going, they might be a wild card team.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah.
The fucking Buffalo Bills are in a wild card spot right now.
Yeah.
And they've already lost once to Miami. Of that. For the Super Bowl favorite.
Yep.
to end up maybe being a wild card is amazing.
Yeah. And to me, the NFC is so narrowly closed, and it's also so wide open.
Yeah.
Playoff wise. I mean, because like you have the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants. You may have all three of those teams make it.
Yeah.
Then you're probably only going to have the Niners. The Bucks could get in as the 7 seed and go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's the crazy. That's just wild as hell.
And my thinking like with the Bengals of everything they did with beating the Chiefs twice last year, same kind of game plan, and it happened the same way. Fucking Awuzie's out for the season.
Yeah.
Like your top fucking corner now. You know, Hilton's great. He's a slot corner, nickel corner, whatever you want to call that. Yeah. So, like, your top outside corner is fucking Eli Apple right now.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Like, that is, ugh. I mean, you got Hilton's, top 3 nickel corners? Call him that. I mean, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Bates is top 4 or 5 safeties. I mean, like, they have dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, Hendrickson is, like, top 3 in sacks over the last 3 years.
Yeah. I think,
but it's just that Eli Apple corner is like, oh God.
I wish that they would have taken the Eagles approach and beefed up that interior D line.
Yeah,
that would have been the only other really big factor going into the playoffs because you're playing mostly run teams unless you hit the Bills or Dolphins.
Yeah.
You're going to need to beef up. Like the Eagles did a fantastic job because signed Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, good job, guys. Hey,
they've been here for 3 days and then just made massive plays at the end of the fucking game.
Like so the Washington beat us because they ran the ball on us. 2 days later, we're going to sign these 2 fucking guys. And they were in on the Jerry Tillery free agent, whatever, the waiver wire thing. They were in on it. They could have signed all 3 of those dudes.
Well, and that's the thing, too, of like, things like that would be work for the Bengals the way they do business.
Yeah, exactly.
Of
pay you for half a season. And
here's $2 million. We owe you nothing after this year.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's all he's looking for.
Yeah.
Because that's an awesome thing to do. Like with Odell and stuff when he comes back. Could you imagine just going, we'll just sit out till November, see who's good, and then go jump and fucking win a Super Bowl.
I don't believe that it's narrowed down between the Cowboys and Giants.
The Giants were never in it.
I think it's Cowboys or Niners.
I don't know. I don't know about the Niners for him. On his the Niners.
I just know John Lynch has been after him for. They were in on it last year. They were in on it when he was with New York and he had all that spill of the boat and stuff.
But let's not forget that the Packers are always in on these things too.
Fuck.
So like saying John Lynch is in on it.
Yes.
But Odell going, you think I'm like, you throw the ball 18 times a fucking game and your quarterback goes multiple games a year without throwing a touchdown.
Yeah.
Why would I go there?
No, I get it. I 100% get it. His aspect.
Hey, man, I came out of Cleveland with a guy that couldn't fucking throw me the ball.
I 100% get that aspect of it, but the Cowboys makes the most sense.
To me, the Giants, that was just, I feel like that's a nostalgia thing.
Yes,
He's never.
No.
Oh, yeah, let me go play with Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah, and they're not winning a Super Bowl.
To me, it's Cowboys, Bills.
Yeah. But the Bills don't do that stuff, though. That's the only.
Oh, I bet they might.
They might. You're right. They might.
They need another fucking weapon.
They do. And Gabe Davis is good, but they need another vertical guy. No, he's not that guy.
And then somehow he's going to end up on the fucking Chiefs.
Or the Bucks. Yeah.
No, he ain't going to the Bucks.
The Chiefs, I could see him on the Chiefs.
It'd just be that thing of like, the Chiefs somehow they found more money and signed Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah. I can see the Chiefs signing Melvin Gordon because they just put Edwards-Helaire on IR.
They must have fucked somebody's fucking mother.
Yeah, something.
I mean, there's something that happened.
Because I don't even think he didn't play enough to get hurt.
No.
Yeah.
The one for me, I always thought about that of like, obviously, because depth is always the problem with weapons.
Yeah.
And the Bengals going through it with Chase right now. It's like, boy, could you imagine if they's like, hey, Odell, just come up here for a little rental. Of like, if you had fucking the 4 of them out there.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to go 4 wide and Joe Mixon back here.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck.
Good luck, buddy. That'd be fun. that'd be fun.
That's kind of what teams do now.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because somebody's getting dinged up.
Yep.
That's just the way, I mean, it's the NFL. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, nobody's healthy right now.
I did get reminded, this is off football topic. I think we've talked football enough. Food and football.
Yeah.
It's a good show. I did get reminded of, I never finished a story of, I said something last week. I said, there's one person that'll get that reference. And then I didn't even tell you, because he asked me, did you explain that after? And I was like, explain what?
Yeah.
I instantly forget what we talked about. And I don't know that I did. Did I, about the super yarn thing?
The super what?
Last week's episode, I said, well, it's like having super yarn.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I said,
no, you didn't explain it afterwards.
I said, one guy will get that. Was my brother's the one guy.
Okay.
And what that is our old house used to be like a tree in the front yard, kids playing around the tree.
Yeah.
And two friends, and we're talking like 8, 9, 10, 11,
Gotcha.
Somewhere in that age group. Sean, these two, they're fucking around with the tree.
Yeah.
The one goes across, because it was like, hey, get some rope and, swing.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back with fucking yarn. And because the way this tree was, obviously, I had a big limb that came out that you could tie, could swing out of the tree. And that was kind of what the goal was. And the question was asked.
Yeah.
It's yarn.
Yeah.
I said, no.
Super yarn.
It's super yarn. My grandma buys super yarn because it's stronger, because she was a knitter. Or whatever, obviously. So, super yarn? Fucking of course. Yeah. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course.
That makes sense.
It's fucking woven together with steel. So, climbs a tree. The other buddy.
Yeah.
This happens on our property. Nobody that lived on the property was involved with the
super yarn.
The super yarn, or what happened next, which, foreshadowing, I'm sure you can tell. Climbs up that tree, tie that old fucking super yarn around that limb. Fucking drops it. I mean, it just like, as an adult, seeing the single strand of yarn. Fucking yarn. Just I don't even know if all of his weight got on the yarn as he went for his swing.
Yeah.
Broke instantly.
Break an arm?
Broken fucking arm.
Yeah.
Fucking instantly.
Didn't even hold the swing. Oh, that's funny.
Super yarn.
It's super yarn. It's a good one.
And then the guy got payback because the super yarn guy, if I said the name, like, there's people who would know what it is.
Yeah.
He went to prison later.
Okay.
But I punched an old guy.
Gotcha.
I think it was the same summer. Like, he was fucking around, running up the street, and like tripped. And his hand went through the headlight of my dad's car.
Oh, shit.
And I mean, fucked him up.
Yeah,
like, it fucked him up. Like, well, you fucking kind of had it coming.
Yeah.
You was fucking around there, you tripped and fell.
Yeah.
And now we're talking like, this is like 80s, early 90s, like a headlight had some girth to it.
Yeah, that his hand went
like
through
a fucking
it.
Half-inch of glass.
Yeah. And his hand went through it.
I mean,
yeah, I
tore him up.
I bet it did.
But, you break your other buddy's arm with some fucking super yarn. But it was just a whole thing of...
Yeah. That's funny.
Fucking yarn barely holds itself together as they spool it.
Yeah.
It's super yarn. My grandma makes really strong fucking blankets. Or Afghans, whatever you want to call it. Fucking super yarn.
It's probably just the company's name was called Super Yarn.
I don't even know that was the thing. I think it was you didn't think this will hold them? It's super yarn. It was a
he was convinced.
Fabrication. I would guarantee you super was nowhere on that package. I guarantee it. But it was just like, okay, that fucking happens.
Yeah.
See, that's the funny thing of, like, that shit just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like late 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
it was no big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, obviously, parents took him home.
Yeah.
And then his parents dealt with it.
Yeah.
Now,
somebody's
been
calling.
Fucking, they'd have had a fucking house. It would have been, it would have been like.
For sure.
But it's just like, hey, your kid was trying to swing out of our tree with some yarn.
Yeah.
Broke his arm. So here you go.
Yeah.
If you could, go ahead and take him to the hospital.
Yeah. Go ahead and check on him.
We all good here?
Yeah.
That'd be the other thing is I think my mom ran him home, so she must have been home.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. I'm starting to wonder if the parents were even home at that time. Because obviously the fuckery that would go on the streets of that time I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's funny.
So if you get a chance, if you're at Walmart or Joann Fabric maybe, get some super yarn. And you can do amazing things too, kids. That'll do it.
WideSide.